Hey everybody, so I had a request specifically for this image. This is an image that is used on my website under the For Photographer section, and it was a before and after picture. And I was asked to specifically redo this picture so people can see how it was done, because this was done in the middle of fall. But I wanted to make the colors pop a little bit more. And if you're from Tennessee, you would know fall is an amazing time of year. But the greens never really go away. Grass really doesn't die. So you still have a green color in your pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and recreate this picture real quick so you can see how it was done. And this is the straight out of camera. And this is my daughter from last fall. And as you can see, there's still green grass, green leaves on some things, but I've got a giant pile of dead leaves. So it's clearly fall, and this was actually taken at the end of November, and things were still green. So we're just going to run through this real quick. This is very similar to my other green to fall edit. We are going to be using selective coloring and a couple other different layers. And you can achieve this really quickly. So what I'm going to do first, of course, like I always do with all my pictures, is go ahead and open up my camera raw filter, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust accordingly real quick. And I'm not too worried about her because we're not working on her. We are concentrated on the background and the colors changing. Okay, I'm going to do one more new brush real quick. Usually when it's a client picture, I would edit out all the stray hairs and whatnot. But with this one, it's really not a big deal at the moment. So this is what we've adjusted so far in Adobe Camera Raw. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a selective color layer. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and select my reds and work on the cyan slider, and I'm going to bring that down. And as you can see, my reds are getting more bold, which is good. Don't worry about the color of my daughter. We're going to end up masking her out. So I'm going to bring my yellows up just a tad. I'm going to bring my magentas up just a tad. On the yellow drop down, I'm going to go with the cyan slider again. In here, you can do a little bit of trial and error. You can mess around with these little sliders and see what all it does. So I'm going to go about right there, bring magentas up just a tad, because when I go to green, it's going to change a lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cyan slider down, and I'm going to bring my yellows up. I'm bringing my magentas down just a tad, and there we have it. So I've already got the layer mask selected for the selective color layer, and I'm just going to use my black brush, and I'm just going to sloppily mask her off so these color changes don't apply to her. And it's actually pretty easy to mask her off in this picture because she's not really all over the place. So after you've masked the subject off so the colors don't apply to them, you're going to go ahead and create another layer, and it's going to be a gradient map layer. And the colors that you're going to want to do first is that you're going to want to do an orange to cream. So I'm going to go about orange right here. And I'm going to select a cream. And my blend mode is going to be soft light. And I'm going to adjust the opacity of this. It's okay if the opacity is low. And I'm going to go ahead and select my previous layer mask, and I'm going to hit Alt on my keyboard, and I'm just going to drag it up. So this way I don't have to mask multiple times. So with that opacity down on the gradient map, with the orange to cream, we're going to go ahead and create one more gradient map layer. And this one is going to go from brown to cream. And I'm going to go ahead and pick, let's go about right there on that brown. In the creams, you can use an orange cream, you can use a yellow cream color. I'm going to go about right there. And I'm going to do the same blend mode of soft light. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust my opacity And I'm going to go ahead and bring up my previous layer mask. And now I'm going to create a gradient fill. And this one's going to be from black to transparent. And this is essentially going to bring out the deeper colors in my picture. And it's going to be a radial fill. I'll reverse it out. And my blend mode is going to be as an overlay. And woo, that did a lot of work. But we're going to go ahead and bring that opacity down to about 40%. Bring my layer mask up because I don't want anything to stick to her. Okay, and you have the option, in which I did on this one over here, you can add a matte finish to it, and it doesn't look too bad. And a matte finish is super easy. As you can see from my last video, matte finishes are very easy. And what you can do, I'm going to go ahead and group this together real quick and make a duplicate copy of what I just did. And I'm going to go ahead and just work on her real quick. I'm going to reopen up my camera raw filter and just do my typical clean edit stuff real quick. And I'm going to hit OK. And that's just to clean her up. And of course, it made the colors in the back pop a little bit more. And if you want to go ahead and add a matte finish, you're just going to go ahead and create a new exposure layer. And right here on offset, you're just going to move it just a little bit to the right. And there you have a matte finish on your fall edit as well. So, and you don't have to use the matte finish. Make it come and go as you want. But you can see the difference. And I would honestly use either one of those after I edit out all the stray hairs and whatnot. But very quick, easily done. And if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to go ahead and comment or send me a message. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/bangbangtutorial. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will try to make it a weekly thing. And if you have any suggestions or any request of any specific types of edits, please let me know and I will try my best to get to those types of edits for you. I do have an ever-growing list, so please be patient with me. And of course, feel free to check out my website at bangbangphotography.com. And I do have a tab that's listed as for photographers, and it's everything for photographers. So hope you guys enjoyed this video.